God, the record is, God has never left anyone. He is still faithful. Believe him. Believe him, because what? We start trusting in ourselves and counting. Hear me when I tell you that the many victories you will have, the many successes you will have in your family is because God has given them to you. And if you take them and don't thank God for the blessings over your life, over your business, and start counting your assets, you will soon find out that all you have will just dwindle away. But I'm going to leave you there this morning. In all of your success, you ought to never, never count God out. Hear me as I close this morning. You should never count God out, no matter how successful you will become. I declare to you this hour, in all of your success, trust God. Whenever you start counting and stop trusting, I am sure that there are some here today who've been that route. And you've seen what happened. You see, some of us allow our jobs to pull us away from God. We allow our husbands and our wives to pull us away from God. We allow our children to pull us away from God. But you better stick with God. So here's how the story ended. God said, I'm disappointing you, David. And he sent his prophet to David. Nathan, you all remember him. And Nathan went to David and said, David, God has sent me to you because in all of your life, from you were a little boy, everything you touch, you prayed before you touch it, and God blessed it. And now you're getting ready for war, and you're leaving God out of the picture. So David, when Nathan said that to David, David came to his senses. You see, some of us don't come to our senses, but David came to his senses. You see, a whole lot of us don't never come to our senses. Be a big, bad, bold enough to do what we want, stay how we want, and act how we want. But see, David had sense enough. But when you've been there, once you connected to God, you know how to go back to God. That's why I always say, and you hear me say it almost every Sunday, if you are truly saved of God, you will fall, you will slip, you will fall into the peak pens of life, but you will get up. Because you're not comfortable there. Now watch what David did. When the prophet went to him and told him what God had said. Go back to the text, and go to verse 8 in the text. David said unto God, God, I have sinned. See, listen. What I need to get in our spirit, if we acknowledge that we have done wrong, God will fix it. The reason why you're still struggling with your wrong, you won't acknowledge it. You won't acknowledge it. You like Adam still hiding. You're still hiding. You can't hide from God. I don't care who you are, you cannot hide from God. David says, listen, David said, God, I have sinned greatly. I know now, God, that I'm reminded that I messed up. Well, what should he say next? But now, I beg you. See, once you go away from God like the prodigal son, come back home. But put your pride aside. A whole lot of people's pride is keeping you away from the throne of God. David said, listen, I beseech you, I beg you to please do what? Do away with my iniquity, that foolish thing I done. Do away with that. That's foolishness, God. Do away with it. Take it out of my life. Take it out of my life. I done mess up, God, but I come to you. Now watch God. So God spake again. Once you pray, God hears your prayer. Once you pray, God hears your prayer. But now when you've done some wrong, you have to get chastised for it. Huh? You see? So God said, okay, David, I heard your prayer. But because you've done it before Israel, all Israel knew what you did. I can't just pat you on the shoulder. But David, because you prayed, I tell you, prayer make a difference. Because you prayed, because you asked for forgiveness, David, I'm going to let you choose your punishment. I'm just not going to spew it out on you.